so that my microphone doesn't pick it up. So don't worry, Mohan. We're both out here sniffling, sneezing. I'm allergic to good Counter-Strike, and that's what this series has delivered. So let's hope that they can give us just one more map of it. One more map with elimination on the line. A map that both these two teams play so well. And it's just going to be a flash into the A site, a quick fight. Nico tapping into the head of Keto. Oh, he's got 3. He gets blindsided by Searson as that squeaky door was already busted open. But it's Searson with no armor and Xantares to work with. Can the two of them bring this back? A legitimate 2v5. Bombs on site. They could dive down vent. They don't. Now that the smoke fades, the CTs have a fight to take. But Searson will retreat alongside Xantares. They could just sprint to the B site through ramp. Go, go, go.
Yeah. No, as he pointed out, it must have been tempting to think about going down. Oh my God, Searson, he's here looking for the fight, but they just run up on him. And will the plant go down? Xantares looking to actually get the duels more than anything else, take some damage in the process. And some slinky ladder movement here by Stown going back up to the site, but this just opens up lower, or does it? Tassus camped out. Crouched in the corner. Grin on his face.
Hey, you can go up ladder.
Oh my God, is this really happening?
Stown, I mean, he's made the footsteps. He hears that, but he may think that's the only player. I don't think Xantares is going to anticipate that the guy who was on ladder is already in decon, or will he? Because he has never heard where Tassus is at.
That's true.
Yeah. And you'd think that if there was a B player, he'd be in decon perhaps. Not that we're both down there. Now Stown realizes the error of his ways, and Xantares comes off the plant. Again, a 2 versus 5. And Xantares wraps it around perfectly. He taps with the Glock. It's so damn close. But it is heroic to still win their pistol.
You hate to see that. That was such a well-played round from Xantares. I mean, I'm surprised that he took so many engagements before going to get the bomb down, but he didn't want to have a 2v1 post plant, and Heroic gave him hell that whole time. So, yeah, he just can't, like, juggle the rotate so much. I can't believe this ended up on the upper side after going upper to lower, back to upper, but it was all the right moves. Pretty crafty stuff, and Xantares continues to be a force to be reckoned with.
Molly down towards Squeaky. Not going to matter much, as Stown has already gotten the kill. And the AUG outdoors of Cadian, just blasting away these pesky unarmored Ts. Very fast round here from Heroic, converting after the pistol for the 2-0 start. And welcome the bye for Big. Ooh, forward control outside. Looking to dump some utility here, looking to lay down some damage. Nothing is there, however. Big were headed that direction, but not straight out the gate, not so fast that they do in fact get caught by frags. So everybody's still sitting pretty on 100 HP.
Yeah. Cadian AUG'd up in the heavens. I love the setup on the CT side. It's pretty much no gaps, right? The weakest is outside, but they've got eyes from Cadian. Eyes back in spawn from Nico. Pretty much the perfect thing here for Big to pull this play off, but the push, they're already behind enemy lines. However, the trades back are even better. Bad guns go down, good guns left over, but man advantage to Big.
Yeah, Borup could maybe claw one off. You can see Searson fixated on ramp. The two other players for the T's closer to Squeaky than anything else. And Borup, man, how dangerous could this be? He hears the footsteps over towards Squeaky Door. They are going to evacuate by dropping down ramp. Borup fixated on the lobby player, dying out to Xantares. That's an easy plant for Tabson back B site. And I'm thinking Heroic have to save the little that they have.
Another crafty rotation from Big Clan. They make it work. Smart moves. And Xantares is too sharp. Can't talk about this guy enough, man. He's always winning his duels. He's so good on T side. Looking really smart in the clutch. Looking great on the entries. Just so solid with this AK. Saving the AUG will be huge for the next round. But overall, it's Heroic getting dismantled. They gave it their best shot with that lobby push through ramp. But, yeah, going 1 for 2 is not good enough, and Borup doesn't get his kill. Falmus versus AK. Yeah, it looks like it should be a tight map. Both teams putting up some interesting plays right now.
Yeah, right at the gate. That's the one thing I was hoping for. It was like an interesting match through and through, right? We've had a bit of a blowout on each of the team's map picks. It was kind of clear from the first half who was going to win it. Yes, their opponents put up a good fight when they refreshed after the first 15, but now we've got an early situation here where momentum for either side. Sniper on Cadian, same for Searson. Once more, it's this outdoor presence. Now, the AUG, that could be enough here to support outside as well. Remember, it's not just Nico with one, but Tessas the same. Stam putting some shots through the squeaky door. A little bit of damage output on each side of the coin. Very patient setup from Nico all the way back in CT spawn. And Cadian, well, he's just hoping that they challenge Secret, or maybe that they don't, so that he can eventually peek upwards and try to swing for the fences.
But Molly.
Yep. Molly hits the door frame.
It's just like as a Molly he would throw. It's so good for him.
They're going to boost one up. Cadian looking to abuse this, and he will with Xanteras. Incredibly quick trade kill. Stown's going to eat the flash, and Tabson finding Borup. That's a crucial kill. Keto, he's going to try and challenge into Mini, and he successfully bests down. 4 versus 2 situation. Nico up in the heavens, nearly lining everybody up. Tessas has a chance. He drops the bomb. 16 HP left, and he doesn't know where Tizian's at, but he's beneath him. Tizian up the ladder, ends it, and that's big, tying at 2.
Crazy trade, man. Cadian, he gets the op shot on Searson. He should easily stay alive. His head looks like a pea on those stairs in Secret, and Xanteras gives him no time to fall back whatsoever. Guy's playing laser tag.
Yeah. Damn. Awful situation for Heroic. Single flash on Borup. Oof. Crazy to me that Cadian, you know, I mean, not surprising to see him go for the pick, but that Xanteras response frag was everything.
Yeah.
So fast, man. Because if you know that sniper is still in Secret, then suddenly, like, there's that threat that keeps you away from it.
Yeah.
Yep. Tessas, he's going to hear a lot of footsteps. Heroic know exactly what's going on. He clears it. Keto comes to clear it, and he dies, offering an AK over. But Xanteras, in the meantime, clearing out the B site. 2 kills for him. USPs popping off. They had a single flash. One flashbang nets Heroic somehow an opening enough to take away the round. That's a robbery.
He picked up the AK, got mollied out, killed the guy on the left side. All about Tessas.
I mean, Keto comes to clear it.
Wow.
3 players go down to B. 4th guy in. Just, hey, check box. The USP swings wide.
Damn, this is so scrappy.
I love it.
Really awful buy here for Big. They're going outside with it. Searson relegated to the blue spruce. We'll call it Bruce.
Shall it be almighty? Depends on what he's given. Right now, they're going to find nothing outdoors. Nothing at all. In fact, Heaven is wide open for the wraparound. Going for lobby control. Tizian not able to snap over fast enough. As they retreat, they should be aware that Heaven is a possibility here.
I think he saw one. Oh, his teammate. That was Keto. Okay. Keto doesn't really want to move a muscle just yet. I think they're feeling pretty okay. I think they know. Like, we look at the 2 players upstairs both watching Heaven, and Ram's watching flank, so... Oh, but he's in an awkward spot. Tessas, his days are numbered.
Ooh. Quick little flick over does some more damage. But that is an M4 offered too big. They're going to try and get their feet onto the B site, but being dealt with already. Down 4-4 and 4 as Nico clears out Tabson. Keto, backsite dead to right, and Heroic with a 4th round. The fact that they won that USP round to give them a 3rd, to take the momentum away from Big, and then convert it with a gun round win here in that 6th. I mean, it's Heroic back in control of this CT side, as if Big didn't have them against the ropes. But let's remember, 1 flashbang, 5 USPs. That's a turning point in the first 5 rounds of this game.
It's cool how things go map to map. We had Keto, 4 kills on Inferno to like his 15 after 20 rounds on Mirage. And now it's kind of like Tessus struggled there on map 2, looking a lot better now.
Easy pickups, no challenge really whatsoever. Just as expected, pistol players popped. And 4 guys alive for Heroic. Leading by 3 at the 5-2 mark. Going to get Big back in on a buy. Searson can afford his op, no problem.
Nico's been pretty consistent. I don't know if I didn't really look at his Inferno or Mirage stats. I want to take a look at those. See how good Nico was. He was okay. He was just kind of right around the middle. The back is down and Katie and doing most of the work. Down good on 2 maps in a row, basically.
Dead. Santera's quick one just flies off at the side of Mini. It's going to be 3 guys down secret as well. Nico hearing them beneath him. That's going to set the ramp players scrambling downwards, but then they stop. Obviously, Tessus has this held, so it shouldn't be an over-rotate. But in the meantime, Tizian, he's slipped into the vents. And he can just blow Tessus into tomorrow. Done. Now they're going to reaggress. That moment of hesitation when Tessus saw nothing was enough for him to take a grenade out, and then Tizian strikes. Dude, the timing was excellent. I love this round from Big.
Santeros grabs the opener, trade it out, but after that they cross outside quick, get lower. As you mentioned, the lurk comes out. Nice timing from Tizian, and it's just a wrap. I mean, they would love to be able to have another point of contact for the retake if they're going to attempt it, but no, not down vent already. And Big have been just committing to lure so fast. After they make a decision, they just run, and they're just leaving no time for Heroic to rotate, really putting tons of pressure on them to gamble if they're going to make it to lower. Scary part about that is that, they're not showing their whole hand of cards. Big could at any point bust open through Hut and Squeaky and really make Heroic regret gambling. So we'll see what comes of it. They're now more on even terms. Nico 12-3. Such a scrappy game.
Big's chance. Get these CTs pinned back against the wall. Clear out the economy behind them. There's a lot of cash actually for Cadian, notably 7.2 after the buy. We're in a nice, even situation here where both teams are economically afloat. We're not going to have to talk over top of measly pistols. Wall of smokes outside. There's a gap in that as it hit the tail end of a Molotov, but they're not going to see anything at all. It's going to be an A. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's info, like you're saying, right?
For sure.
Like they don't see anything, so
no need to over-rotate down into the secret. Despite that being the key piece for Big last round, now they're going to assault the A site. Molotov in the hut. Borup above, but Keto with the 2K, doubling his kills here on Nuke. And there's a lot of damage going both directions. Frag is fantastic from Cadian. Now it's evened out. Another grenade goes inwards, and Nico is sent packing. Is this enough to convince the CTs to save?
Yeah, they got him, man. No way. Oh, wait, maybe.
How about now?
Wallbang through the vent. Santeras.
Everybody's low. Santeras is blind. Heroic are working outwards. Searson gonna try to make that first contact so Santeras can just stay committed to the corner. Smoke in front of it all. Cadian gets a second. Now maybe? They've been toying with it, but they couldn't quite get the opening fast enough. Santeras, he is going to escape. Yeah, 15 health to spare. That is big, clawing it back, but damn, dude, they just flew out through those Molotovs. So much utility usage from both teams on that A site. Really tough to call where it was going to go.
Look at this next kill.
That one.
See that? They smoked Fur where Borup was in, so he couldn't even stop them coming out of hut. They called out his position perfectly, and then he came out clearing it, and yeah, he had time to get the first kill, and Borup couldn't see anything. So even though Heroic knew it was going to be an upstairs hit, Borup specifically moved into Fur. They were happy for it. The information that was gained worked against them almost as they got into their most comfortable positions.
Okay, Elliot. The team who has registered more assists has lost on both maps. Maybe you should get more kills and less assists.
Yeah, stop helping out so much. Take control.
Talked about the economy last round. Look, the guns come back in, so it's not one of those dire situations whereby Heroic are left in a disastrous state. Already, grenades popping on the squeaky door. A lot of pressure, man. The utility pressure on the A site, I'm a big fan.
Oh, Tizin does not love to see that. No pressure outside right now. Looking for ramp, it seems like. Tessus has been real crafty here. Get more than he should each and every time. See if Xantares can pull off a magical entry once again. Uh-oh. Seen too much.
Does the frag land? Nope, not enough. Tessus downwards, just hanging out. Xantares coming over to support, but I can't believe they're trying to challenge through that Molotov. Really looking to get a guy out of hell. That would be Nico, who's kind of backing off slowly. Good call for him to do exactly that. No need to die here as they are very much looking for him. 3 players getting all the closer. He shaves off the front man, takes down the second up. That's going to leave the third. So the trade does connect. In the end, it's there. And Searson goes above. But I mean, come on. 1 versus 5. Not looking likely. Heroic, a 6th round. Big still trailing by 2. Just a very close half. And you love to see it, right? That's what we wanted from this series. And it's not what we got in the first 2 maps. So I'm glad to be here with y'all. But the money goes dry.
Whoa, Nico's cam's on black bars. I love how I can say Nico's one of the best fraggers in the world, one of the best riflers in the world, and you won't even know which one I'm talking about.
Fair.
This guy's as good as the last.
Another timeout, man. I feel like both teams really recognizing the fact that like momentum could swing off another round win.
Yeah. The protocol's too good in the 5v4. That's tough. I mean, small chance for them to kill Tassus there, but he doesn't even fight. He just spots him and falls. They just have no money, man. This is a game of economy. They're just trying to look for chances to play good amount of plants. Bombs going off most of the time. They're winning the round, but that just means Heroic are saving a lot of guns.
Yep. Trying to keep the cash alive, but not this time for big. We've seen Heroic do more with less. I wouldn't... Oh, nice shot by Katie and catching Tabson as he's just looking for info. That is not what he wanted. Tessus wants some, though. He's going to get some. Searson now upgrading into the M4. Dodges the flash. There's the second. No way. Very real chance. They've got armor behind the 2 guns they picked up. Op on Searson. Hut pop. Pistols in first. Nose contact. Nobody here. Literally nobody here for Heroic, so...
Wow. Spooky. Home Alone.
Nico, he dodges the op, but then peeks into the 2 pistols. It goes from bad to worse. Borup taken to the top rope. Xantares on top of Hut. Are they going to save?
Wow, the calling's been great here. Big, it's just picking the right site every single time. Sometimes it doesn't work, but they've been doing great. I just can't believe they just gambled on the A side. There's no one there for the first time ever. It's been two stacking up or almost every round they had a man advantage. Well then, around the bomb will go off and take a step forward to heroic scoreline. Really, you know, you can't really see who's playing better this half. It's, even though it's 6-5, it was 6-4 just now. There's definitely good plays both ways.
Searson punishing Tessez. And I mean, that's what opened it, right? Did Tessez need to do that, is my question. 5 versus 4. Guns versus majority pistols.
I don't think, I mean, there's a smoke in front of him, so he wasn't necessarily peeking. Like, if they pop through the smoke, then he sprays him down, but he doesn't know they pushed it.
Offered him the M4, and the Opper was just a moment too far back. Went for the flashbang to try and set up his peek, and by that time, I mean, Searson had already dodged it. Interesting first half, but obviously Big making the absolute most of this, keeping Heroic economically down, a little bit pinned. CTs are split, awkward position, 2 inside of the garage, but Nico, his 15th kill on the board. Only 12 rounds deep, and that's going to call Cadian into the action. Yes, he peeks in. Plucks Searson. Xantares eventually trades, but that's the first response from Big. A 2 versus 5. We saw it in the pistol nearly happen, despite Xantares' best efforts falling in the 1v1. They've got the time to play, and they've got the second kill. Further damage onto Stown. I mean, don't for a moment write them off here. Frag grenade, perfect. Tessez dunks it on him, and now Tizian's going to have to double his kill count if he wants to rob this round and tie the game at 6.
Cadian playing with confidence there in secret, not scared of the Molotov. They're looking to shy him away. He throws a smoke, makes it seem like he's falling back, comes right back up for Searson. Not scared of Searson. That's what you need to see, of course. Tizian looking to bait an op shot, and he does. The bullet comes out.
Quick replay from Cadian just as the smoke was fading. And a second.
Yeah,
ooh,
big
nice one.
On that first, yeah, that's quick. Pure confidence from Cadian. I don't even know why not, why shouldn't he do that again? I feel like he's been so good here at Secret. Oof, they made noise on this boost. Inside the ramp, it's not going as well as it could, so they're just going to give it up. They can't make that much noise and continue on. That's irresponsible.
Nico's getting hunted by the sniper here. Searson's trying to find the angle on him. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Flash over top. They could just crunch through Mini. There are 3 players here ahead of the sniper. Xantares, Tech 9, gets the headshot. Tessez through smoke with the double kill. That's going to activate the Mini Man. Xantares wrapped over to get his gun. Stown walks away. Kind of weird, right? Comes out from Mini anticipating more of a fight, but things have just fallen entirely silent. There's Bore up to cancel Tizian, and the peek out from Xantares. Things right back into the control for Heroic. Tessez with the 3K. Searson's sniper never found a target to drop this round.
Looks like they're a bit dependent on ramp fake or outside fakes to lower and outside hits to lower. They had that one walkout on the upper site. Oh, one good. Actually, they had one really, really strong execute on the upper site with that outside fake. So, yeah, that's the majority of the rounds. We got 3 lower plants, and then 1 upper walkout, 1 full exec upper as well.
Nice.
This is where things get scary, but I don't think Heroic gets scared. They're comfortable just sit out there. Like you were talking about, Stown just meanders into this position at red box after being in a safe, comfy spot in Mini. The Mini Man, Stown.
Frag at the feet. Remember, it was Ramp that robbed around for the favor of Big once, not long ago. 4 kills and the ace. Tesses. Easy anti-eco.
Now we see what he was trying to do that other time. He didn't want to be inside the ramp after that flash pop. He wanted to be right here, spraying him down, coming through the smoke. Oh, beautiful last USP shot to top it off. His confidence is up. 15 and 6 for Tesses.
There we
go.
Yeah. 1/3 of his kills. Tidied up. Obviously, Big back into the gun. 15th round. Great first half. Nice close one. Heroic starting to stabilize here at the tail end of the CT side. Borup getting dangerous. Dancing with death next to Hut. He manages Searson's damage. Borup with the deagle. Still pushing out the damage. Tabson now. He's got 1 kill. Needs 2 more. Catches Cadian through the smoke. A quick cadence comes to a grinding halt. Tabson re-peaks and dies to Tesses, who got the anti-eco ace and a 16th kill to close the 15th round. 10-5. Join us after the halftime break. Elimination on the line. It's double the round count to the favor of Heroic, but it's pretty par for the course in terms of CT side and Nuke. If Big can kick this off, if we don't see some desperation early in the second half, then this one could still be within the realm of possibility. But Heroic clearly in the driver's seat. They let their successful first half on Vertigo go into some aggressive memento, and maybe that happens again here, just running rampantly outdoors. 2 easy pickups as Zantares closes on Hell, but Heroic get what they wanted. an open B bomb site, and a plant. Can they manage in a 3 versus 5 to take an 11th round like this? Because so far, so good for Big. They've got 1 frag for the retake, no kit in the equation. Cadian's position close on boxes. They've also got a man in vent. 3 out from ramp for Big. Stound's able to answer. Borup. Oh no, that's a team kill based on the grenade. Tizian's frag, that gives away the man advantage. Stound executes Searson, and things no longer looking good for Big. They had a chance in the retake, but the retake gave nothing.
3v5, but I guess it was more like a 4v4 with the HE in their favor. That's nice for them. Crazy shots being hit though, despite that unfortunate grenade, and right off the dome. He catches it.
Oops.
Bruno Marses that grenade for him. Unfortunate. That big one of that. And here's a game where Xantares literally has 3 less kills than his whole rest of his team combined.
Oof. That's an anomaly.
But is it, with the amount of good maps that he's had, so consistent?
Sure.
It's crazy.
Sorry, maybe anomaly in the sense that, normally there's somebody else with Big.
Yeah.
Questions some of their firepower, but there's not even that second player in. Tabson's on 4 kills. I believe Elliot yesterday dropped that hot stat in our ticker, saying this was one of his lowest rated events ever since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So, damn, man, this is not the map where you want to see him add to that issue. Obviously, he's got his hands tied. He's not the only player down there. Tizian even lower, in fact. 2 kills, 17 rounds deep. The firepower just not nearly enough in the face of the individual heroics. The Danes walking into this A site, nothing here to stop them whatsoever.
Yeah, I guess they know how to find an open A site as well. It's a little bit of Big. On this round, 3 plant. Searson and Mr. Bruce gonna have to step out and spawn. And Xantares will hang back as well in secret, and will wrap up and go to the next. And yeah, things get scary. This is seriously, it was a handful of rounds, all the rounds that Big won. It was no accident. They played well, they called well. They got the upper side when they needed to. It was more about rotations. I guess it makes the whole thing even more impressive, the fact that they are so low on kills. It's insane how low they are on kills for the rounds that they got and how close it was to kick things off. 4 rounds at the tail end of the half for Heroic, and that's where they took off. But that's not where all the kills came from.
No. Up until that point, again, it looked doable. Looked very doable. Felt like it was actually very close, in fact.
Yeah.
But I guess in hindsight, it's just kind of Xantares that kept them close enough for us to kind of believe that. And now it seems more like a fairy tale than anything else. 7 rounds, the difference. 12-5 for Heroic. And still, we don't even get to see a CT side with a bye. A 13th round most likely for Heroic here. Going to keep up the tempo, keep up the aggression, just pumping the pace into the face of this A defense. Keto, a single kill, that's it. Tons of damage, actually, though, versus Heroic. Tesses and Nico in the 20s. Borup, 67. But a bomb plant and a solo Searson scout. Not ever going to be enough. 13-5.
And they're running to the upper side like they're late for a WoW raid or something. They got places to be. And only 3 rounds to get there. Finally, we'll see a buy. And man, Big, don't look at the top score, okay? It's just a pistol.
Ignore that.
It's just a bad end of the half. Apart from that, everything was pretty good. Just go round by round. Tizian, don't look at your score. Captain, don't worry about your score. Think about your CT side. You guys are all great on CT side.
Yep. Focus on the multi-kills. Focus on the crosshair. Focus on maybe curving some of this freaking aggression.
Oh.
Frag grenade comes into mini. Tabson down to 50 immediately. Keto relegated to the second vent. Nico creeping round the side of smokes, potentially to take over secret. Thing is that Heroic, they're keeping up the aggression on the other side of this, too. So secret stairs doesn't even seem to be the biggest issue. Searson's worried about legitimately getting rushed, and you can see why. Oh, Searson That's what they needed. Xantares, he gets the headshot onto Stown. I said there was no second player alongside Xantares, but Searson is trying his damnedest. And he kicks off this 19th round with a couple of crucial op kills. There is still a chance for Heroic as Cadian takes bomb B. No, sir.
God. Not
no
a rotation. It's scary when you don't rotate because now, yeah, you get like Nico saw a foot. He can bully the vents. Oh, that's not good. Cadian's got an op. I mean, surely he gets one for free, and then it's a 2v2.
They got Molotov, double flashbang, Tabson taken out of it. There goes the incendiary deep. Cadian forces him in. Bomb tap from Xantares. Can he do it all? He has to do it all. And he dies to Cadian Sniper. We wanted to talk about Searson starting it. Well, Cadian is a closer.
What a round. I mean, I want to say, you know, amazing round from Heroic to do that. And they have to do a lot. And a lot of better teams would lose in this situation. But that being said, Big, for the amount of players they had up, why is no one downstairs? They had no idea that that could have been possible. Both players in lower like that. A bit late to it.
I feel like because of the wall of smokes that they had, because Searson was more worried about the heaven wrap, it kind of feels like a bit more of an A play. You know, there should have been something at B, something better than nothing. But I can kind of see where that that confidence in an A take comes from. It was just Nico who's kind of slipped down the secret stairs. Once Cadian got in there, it was over. Cadian 17-7, Tessa's 18-8. And they're keeping this pressure real hot.
You see, remember that in the first half, Heroic were like scrambling to their rotations because it's scary these days. Like teams are winning so many of the rounds, hitting lower side and all these different outside fakes and ramp hits and stuff. And Heroic were scrambling and still losing when they had two downstairs. Cadian, he heard one, yeah. He'll just give it to Tessa's.
Dude, Tessa's waited on top of Mini the entire time to kill a guy on top of Silo. Tabson's like, yeah, there's nothing outdoors except for this rat. And then Tessas hides back behind Mini, just playing as patient as ever, making sure that nobody dies. And in this position, he'll have a little bit of cover in case he gets caught off by the secret peek. But moving inwards, maybe he's a casualty. You know, there's 25 seconds. I want to be realistic, but Big, this is their chance. Tizian, he would have needed more than just that one. And Xantares only seconds behind what he needed to be. Focused in is Cadian, closing another round with the op. That is 15 to Heroic, 10 map and match points. They would send Big spiraling down into the placement games and continuing their tournament run here in the lower bracket semifinal. Heroic not looking to go home.
Yeah, amazing map from Cadian.
Hell
Good to see him on 20 after that first half and how he, you know, played in secret. They struggled a bit, but he was a key component in some of those moves. And now with the swiftness, Nico's already made it down lower. There was a gap in the smoke. He gets hit by the Molotov. No one around to hear that. But he may have gone unnoticed. Not sure if Tabson spotted this cross in this giant gap. But it doesn't look like, once again, there is a rotation. Is anybody downstairs? No one is downstairs. There's a certain amount where you have to be like, well, we don't know, so we should pull one, right? Like you have, and now Tabson is that guy. He's a bit suspicious. It's been quiet. He doesn't want to get caught off guard. So here's a good move from Big, and he'll protect himself. He'll tuck in. It's not an optimal position, but it's a great one. And it's kind of catch-all. Control glass not broken open, so he can't get lurked on that way. Nico looking for that vent rotation again, I think.
Haven't been able to catch anything just yet. Very patient play from Heroic. Cadian's going to Molotov off top hut. Here we have it. It's going to be the A splash. Keto back at the bomb site. Tizian burning slightly. Down now, down by the B, because it's not an A hit. It's a flub. It's a fake. And Tabson dropped with no response. Xanterez, quick rotation. He's going to try to push forward, but the guy in control is going to kill him. And there's just so many numbers for Heroic here on this B site. Nico's been here the entire freaking time. And now it's a desperate retake attempt to keep themselves in contention for the finals. Nico honed in on this, sees the shoulder and jumps the gun, but can still retain the spray into the brain of Keto. His AK connects. He looks for the offer, drops him next, and closes. 22 frags for Nico at the end, and Heroic send big packing.
What a win. And that is to stand in the face of their head-to-head. A great Nuke win as well, especially after Big were able to beat them, showing that they are dominant on this map. And that's a tough loss for Big, man. 2 back and forth maps. It was hard to say where that was going to land at the end. And I want to say that that third map did deliver, but Big just could not get a start in the second half.
That's it. They didn't get the second half start that we had seen kind of boiling in the first 2 maps, despite those super lopsided first halves. And I would say as well, you know, those early hinge moments come back to really bite Big, right? We had Heroic win some rounds they shouldn't have on that CT side. I think round 4, when they had just the one flashbang outside and they recovered. And yes, Big kind of did the same with the ramp hits at time, but damn, man, just weren't able to get enough of a T side, and the second half never even started. So congratulations, Heroic. You guys move along. Of course, there's plenty of Counter-Strike action still here for DreamHack Open Fall 2020. It's a long day of CS, and we've only got started. Our analysts are going to break down the series after the break, so please don't go too far.
with a slow motion crew, and we up in our clouds when people change, but not us. And we just chillin', kicking it, kissed by the sun. Could be soaked to the skin in the monsoon. I know she got the good vibes when seasons change, but we're the same. Even if I lost all my money, the zero.
Series of the day where it all came down to Nuke, and for the Danes, they were the ones firmly in the driver's seat. Heroic cast big to the curb as they continue to their place in our lower bracket grand final. We'll be finding out shortly who exactly will be joining them, but before we do that, we've got to break down exactly what happened on our third and final deciding map. Potter, it looked like Heroic just had so much control here. How did the Danes pull it off?
You know, yeah, Heroic, they did have so much control, and that once again allowed these players to go for whatever duel that they chose. And, you know, for the big side of things, I felt like they had a good beginning game plan, right? Because anytime Heroic, they got a little overzealous, they overstepped their bounds, Big were there to absolutely punish it, and that's how they were able to garner those rounds on the T side of things. But it did seem like towards the end, either they let their foot off the gas pedal or they just didn't cross the finish line as strongly as I would have liked. Something fell apart. Maybe it was a lack of communication, a lack of confidence even, just the way that these players were moving and taking on these angles. It's not really the Big that I'm used to watching.
And I know, Mary, you had a particular moment that you wanted to highlight from that Heroic side.
Yeah, this was pretty early on in the match, actually, but if we get the stats helix up here, it was actually just a really cool play from Heroic. So to set the scene, if you look on the left side of the screen, that there are 5 players on Heroic with USPs, and a lot of them are towards outside here. So we'll see how this round starts off. A nice flash towards outside, Tabson gets triple peaked, and then the Heroic players just kind of take his gun. So Big, they're forced towards ramp right here, but what they don't know about is Testis actually lying in wait behind this box, and this is really where the chaos ensues. Testis actually finds the kill on Aikido, and now these remaining Big players are just stuck between a rock and a hard place, and they are just trying to battle for their lives, but they're in the biggest crossfire that they've ever faced, actually, and Heroic are able to win a round with 5 USPs and a single flashbang. So this was a crazy one, and we're going to get the perspective of the kills here. You can see Testis taking down Keto there, and really, this was just a really cool play from Heroic. I got to give them credit for it, but also on the Big side, maybe being just a little bit too predictable there. But all in all, great stuff from Heroic. I really like the looks that they were giving themselves on that CT side, especially. Good stuff from them. And Big, I feel like they just could never really find the mental that they needed to in order to come back after that.
And speaking of which, we are going to get this chance to chat with one of the Heroic players. It's, of course, Testis joining us up here. Thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win, man.
Hey, guys. Thanks a lot.
I just wanted to ask you, in particular, about Nuke. We were just breaking down a certain round. I believe it was round 5, where you were on ramp. You just had, everybody just had pistols. You had one flashbang between you, yet you managed to win the round. Can you talk to me about it from your perspective when you got that initial opening kill?
I can't actually remember that, to be honest. Where was it, you said? Nuke on ramp?
Yeah, you were on ramp on Nuke, and you were hiding behind the box, and the big players were coming down the ramp. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Casper said to me that I should hide ramp because they were doing something outside. And yeah, I just hid there, and then one came and checked me, and shot him, and then I had a flash, and it just flashed, and got another kill and stayed alive, so... Yeah, that was pretty lucky, I would say.
You make it sound so easy, man. It was such a beautiful thing to witness. Mario, I know you had a few questions you wanted to ask.
Yeah, Testis, you guys have been doing really well this tournament, but you have dropped to the lower bracket. It looks like moving forward, you guys will be playing the winner of Fnatic versus NIP. Is there really a team here that you think can take you down in the lower bracket, or do you guys think you're destined right now for the grand finals?
It's hard to say against Fnatic, and if they show up, they are crazy good. But if we show up, no one can beat us, I think. So we just need to show up and yeah, just beat everyone we meet and make it to the grand final. So yeah.
Actually, one more question, Testis. How do you get spray control like that? Okay, like, you are insanely good at spraying. What is your secret?
Well, I don't know actually. Every time when I'm playing deathmatch, I always go for spray transfers. So yeah, I practice a lot in the deathmatch. So yeah, that's my secret, if you would call it that.
Practice makes perfect. That's a good secret to have. Tessus, I have to ask about your individual performance. You mentioned that when you guys show up, you should absolutely win. But I want to ask about that sort of middle ground, because we watched you guys play versus that G2 series. That was, I believe, your only loss at Open Fall so far. And in that one, G2, they were absolutely ready to punish you guys for your high fee, very aggressive, re-aggressing plays. What do you think you need to do individually to be as on point and to show up, as you mentioned, versus a tougher opponent that seems to be ready for you guys?
Well, I just think we need to continue as we are doing. It works clearly. Just everyone should do what they feel for. If they feel for playing deathmatch, if they feel for playing game bots or just relaxing, they should do that. Everyone is doing their own thing to get ready. So yeah, just be prepared, and just we always do what we feel for before the match, and I think that's why we almost always show up when we play. So yeah.
Well, wonderful to get to hear from you, Tessus. Congratulations on that win again, and thank you so much for having a chat with us.
Thank you. Bye.
Always great to get to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Of course, he said he made it look easy, and he definitely did in that third and final map. Of course, we can take a bit of a recap of the current playoff bracket to see exactly where we are standing after this one. Of course, as we were mentioning, we're down in this lower bracket. Of course, we see Heroic